The sixth word, John 19:30. When Jesus had received the wine, he said, "It is finished." Then he bowed his head and he gave up his spirit. About 4.5 years ago, as I was speeding through a September tax deadline at work, my younger brother Rick called with the news: "Mom is dying and it's time to come home." The news was anticipated, but still unexpected. A few hours later, I was in the hospital room sitting with Mom while Rick went home to sleep for the night. The next day, I stayed with Mom in her room. She would never be alert again, but I still had the time that we needed. 24 hours later, after a long drive from Texas, my brother Lynn sat through the night with Mom while Rick and I slept. Rick woke me the next morning to let me know Mom is gone. Rick and I had talked earlier and agreed that Lynn needed this time with Mom. I continue to be thankful that we let him have that time. Mom's death, along with so many deaths within our church community, has pried open a wider space within my heart to weep. Good Friday is about weeping. It's about blood and pain and nails and death. It's about an inspiring teacher whose followers at every turn asked him, "Is it now? Are we there yet? What's next? When will it happen?" But then, on the very day the teacher says his final words, how many were there to listen? It is finished. In John's Gospel, these are the final words of Jesus on the cross. For a random onlooker overhearing those words that day, they would have more than likely sounded like words of surrender or defeat. Death, I'm done. You win. It is finished can often sound like I give up for those who have not been a part of the journey. And the journey in John's story of Jesus is huge. Reaching back in time before light was light, Jesus was and is the light, passing through all creation to the Word becoming flesh, baptism by John, the initial miracle coaxed on by his mother. Through every deliberate step in the gospel, Jesus' message of a more complete and more challenging journey is there. It is the message that we nurture within our souls even today. The message that tells of the divine choosing to become flesh. It is the message that he finishes on the cross with his dying breath. And the cross? Well, that's a little more complicated for me, as it is for many. We all have a history that brings us to the cross. Histories that shape our understanding of it is finished. And then the word finished brings its own complications. There are a lot of times over these past 12 and a half months that I've asked the question, for so many different reasons, when will it be finished? Perhaps an exercise on this Good Friday is to write down those "when will it be finished" questions. I'm sure that there are many, and some would be common to a lot of us. When will COVID-19 be finished? When will political tension be finished? When will white supremacy be finished? When will the barren sanctuary be finished? When will hugless greetings be finished? And some are more personal, and I won't attempt to say the words here, but you know what they are. Prayer requests that you have shared on Sunday morning or in a Bible study, and then those words that are only known to you and God. The questions continue. And life doesn't come with an instant read thermometer with specific guidelines telling us when projects, relationships, things, life is done. How many more words go into a manuscript before it's complete? How many more questions are asked before the research is done? How many more pictures before I'm finished? How many more strokes before I lay down the paintbrush? It is finished doesn't delete life's question marks and replace them with periods. It doesn't wipe away the tears or dismiss the hard work that is needed to heal fractured lives. It doesn't stop the weeping. No, it doesn't stop the weeping. It demands it. When lives are cut short by violence, when persons are excluded, when voices are silenced, when hope is determined by a skin tone or a bank account, perhaps, just maybe, Jesus' words that stretch all the way back beyond human history also move forward through our history and our time into beyond, reaching past our lives into the millennia of our descendants. Maybe the message is, I have done the work I needed to here, and I continue to walk with you in the journey ahead. I'm still trying to figure it out. But on my better days, I don't have to wonder anymore if I am embraced by God. Days after Mom's passing, I received this prayer shawl from one of you. Most of the time it stays on a love seat at home. In fact, Mom's love seat. But there are times that I will pick it up, and when I do, I will think about the love and the grace within this church community that is extended to me and to so many in our community and to so many people beyond. So I don't know how many stitches are in this shawl, and I don't know if it's the perfect length. But I do know, and I can say today, on this Good Friday, it is finished.